Welcome back to the podcast here with Bro Time Stories. I'm Adam.
I'm Levi.
Yeah, and today we just want to talk about conspiracy theories because today in the world, there's a lot of things we can't trust, and so we want to give you one or two reasons why you still shouldn't trust the world. Or maybe you can trust us. Who knows?
That's right. And we're thinking about, well, we don't have a really name for this segment. I was thinking maybe Conspiracy Corner, but let us know down below or wherever you're watching what we could name this segment because it could be a reoccurring segment. There's plenty of conspiracy theories for us to talk about, and there's plenty of good ones, plenty of really stupid ones. Hopefully, the ones we picked today aren't that dumb or stupid, but
Yeah, so we both came prepared with a conspiracy theory or two. And so, Levi, do you want to start?
yeah, I'll start us off. All right. So by this point, I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of the conspiracy theory that Walt Disney, after his death, was cryogenically frozen, either like his whole body or just his head. Have you heard that before?
I've heard rumors, so is it kind of like Han Solo in that one Star Wars episode?
Kind of, but it just like here I have a definition of cryogenic preservation. It is a method of preserving a body by freezing it in a liquid nitrogen vapor chamber, and it is stored for the foreseeable future. This says, although scientists state that it is technologically that the technology to reanimate a cryogenically preserved body is not available today, and it may never be. So essentially, you just put the body in a chamber full of vapor, liquid nitrogen, geez, and essentially they freeze and wait until we have the science capable of bringing them back. So it kind of exists where we can cryogenically freeze people, but we don't have the technology to bring them back. So what this is saying is it's possible that Walt Disney could have been cryogenically frozen, but we don't have the tech yet to bring him back. So what are your thoughts on that so far?
Ooh, so from what I'm understanding is that basically Walt Disney is gonna come back as a zombie or something in the
Could be,
future
yeah.
because he like saved his head or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what people are thinking. And I mean, it's been around forever since he passed in 1966. Um, and the interesting thing is that there are many, many sources, including one biography written. It's called Disney's World. It's written about 20 years after he died. And it claims that Walt Disney was interested in the idea of preservation or cryogenic preservation before he died. Like as his health started to decline, he started to worry about death and feared it a little bit, and he just became super transfixed and honed in on this idea that he could not live forever, but maybe come back later when we could cure his cancer and he could live out the rest of his days as a healthy animator, you know?
Mm.
And
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
yeah, I think many people really believed this one because they just wanted their favorite animator back. Like Walt Disney, revolutionary in everything he did for like theme parks
Mhm.
as well as movies and things like that. And they just didn't want to let him go. They wanted to believe that he's still alive, or at least frozen somewhere. And also, it's kind of pushed further because he did not like funerals either. He didn't have a funeral. He was
Mm.
cremated, so his body is nowhere to be seen. And so people are skeptical on that bit. Now, in today's world, what would happen if I were to look up Disney Frozen?
Well, I'd look up like the movie Frozen with Anna and
Exactly.
Elsa.
Exactly. So the big theory that I want to talk about that maybe not isn't as well as known as the first part is that the Disney Corporation decided to name the movie Frozen with Anna and Elsa. They decided to name it that so when people look up Disney Frozen, they'd stop getting results for Walt Disney being frozen, his head being frozen. Instead, they'd pull up this just children's show as a way to kind of divert the attention of the media
Mm,
off of this conspiracy and onto what they're doing nowadays.
dang, that's that's kind of wild.
Hmm.
That would be a crazy cover up if they just if that was true. If like not saying I don't know if it's true or not that his head's frozen, but um, it would be like that'd be a pretty simple way to cover up is just making a hit movie
Yeah,
that pretty much everybody's seen. I'd say
yeah,
at least once, if not hundreds of times, if you have sisters or people like
or
pretty
kids.
much any kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll love they love that movie. So
yeah, literally. And so now, when you look up Disney Frozen, you won't get nothing about him being frozen, his head being underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, which is where it's thought to be, which is crazy. And even if you look up like Disney Frozen head, you'll get some like different posters for Frozen where it
mm,
just shows their heads popping out of the snow. You'll still get some like doctored images and stuff like that.
yeah,
But I don't know. I kind of believe this one. Not that Walt is frozen somewhere underneath Disneyland, but
just that Frozen, the movie Frozen's hiding up something like covering up
that's
something
right.
for Disney.
The film was made, well, the movie was titled Frozen to just change what people thought about Disney and stop people from doing research or stumbling upon this
Mm-hmm.
conspiracy theory.
Dang,
Yeah,
deep.
deep. It's kind of cool, interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys down there in the comments want to just let us know if you think Walt Disney is frozen, his head's frozen, where it might be stored, or if you think that the Frozen movie is just a cover up, let us know down in the comments. Or if you have any other ideas of what might be happening,
Yeah.
you can let those put those down there too.
And if Walt Disney, if you're listening to this, underneath Pirates of the Caribbean, we'd love to have you on the podcast, man.
Yeah, you're always welcome on here. Is that it for
Yeah, that's
your
it for my
Walt Disney
conspiracy
one?
theory.
Okay, so mine. I'll talk a little bit about aliens.
Okay.
So what do you think an alien is?
An alien, like how they look like or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. What do you think? Like, what do they look like? What do they do? Where are they?
I like the idea that they're like the skinny green guys with big heads. Kind of
And
like
long
that idea,
arms.
long arms. I'm not sure if they exist. I think so. But, scientific evidence hasn't really backed that up yet,
Mm-hmm.
unless they're just hiding it from us. Another conspiracy theory.
Yeah, who knows? But let's say there's all of these nice, ancient, huge structures around the world today. Let's say we stumble upon those, and for us today, it would still be hard for us to build. Let's just say the pyramid of how do you say it, Giza?
Mm-hmm.
The pyramid of Giza, and that thing is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Some people believe that was built by aliens. I don't know if I totally believe that 100%, but let me give you some facts to kind of
Okay.
build upon this. So, the Pyramid of Giza was roughly built around 2550 BCE, so a long time ago. And there were millions of stones and big blocks that they had to use to put this thing together. And each stone or each block weighed around 9 tons, roughly. So, what technology would they need to move those up there? Like today, we have our big cranes,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think unless we lost technology somehow, I don't know how the Egyptians or whoever was there at the time put these together.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I've heard of this one before, and then I don't know. I mean, I haven't done any research on it
Mm-hmm.
really, but I don't know what people think, like experts believe. how they made it. I'm not sure how what they think.
Yeah, I was listening. I was listening and watching the History Channel
Hmm.
recently, and they were talking about this how like they like all the pyramids, like especially the ones in Egypt, were supposed to house the tombs and the bodies of the pharaohs,
Hmm.
which in Pyramid of Giza there hasn't been one pharaoh actually found
Mm.
in the pyramid. Outside the pyramid in different places, sure they found some, but nothing in the pyramid which it was stated to be made for.
Hmm.
People say this is like for like grave robbers came in and took the bodies and stuff.
Hmm.
Like that could have happened, but I don't know
Yeah.
about that. I don't know about that. Um, but I think there might be a little deeper reasoning for the pyramids. Okay, so one interesting one interesting thing about the pyramids before I get into why I think the pyramids are here is how many sides do you think a pyramid like all the pyramid of Giza has? Like when you think of the pyramid of Giza, how many sides do you think it has?
I think four, and like mathematically, that's what like a pyramid is. It has
Four.
or four. I guess it could have three or four, but like the pyramid, it's the classic pyramid with four
Mm-hmm.
sides. You know.
Yeah. The pyramid of Giza actually has 8 sides.
Okay.
So you can only see this um, from the sky, obviously, um, and on dawn or dusk in the spring and autumn equinoxes.
Mm.
It has like you can the all the 4 sides are slightly indented in the center. Like all of them are like going in towards itself. And so
Okay, gotcha.
um I'm not 100% sure why they did it this way, but um these pyramids, they were looking like the people here, they were trying to connect themselves with the pharaohs after death or the gods in heaven or in space in the galaxy. And so they would have these pointed I believe at the like the stars clusters or what are they called, the what are they called,
The
the
constellations.
constellations, thank you. I believe the constellation Orion. So they would like try to have this pointed at that constellation.
Okay.
And so I don't know why the 8 sides like was a big deal in my research, but it was cool. So I decided to figure it out, and it actually is true.
Hmm.
But there are it's pointed towards the the constellation Orion, and then there's these windows that people say, oh, they would probably just use that to build stuff in, like to bring their blocks in and out and to bring people in and out. But it's actually, well, I believe it's just a window to the heavens to help communicate.
Hmm.
Um, and there are no blueprints for any of these pyramids that were built in the whole. I don't know if it's in the whole world that there aren't any blueprints, but there are none.
Just kind of free-handed it.
I guess, or they had extraterrestrial help.
Mm.
Yeah, they had somebody like even I can't remember if it was for the pyramid of Giza, but another pyramid or this one, people like on their text or writings, they said that they were inspired or they were told to build it this certain way, and um, pyramid, like in the ancient word, it means fire in the middle, and so they use that to communicate with the people above, and so in Guatemala there's like so many pyramids.
Hmm.
Why are there pyramids in Egypt and Guatemala? I think Russia has some. China, I think, has some. All over the world, South America has a ton, along with Guatemala. There's so many, and they're all built roughly the same way.
Hmm.
How do they all know how to build this? How do they have the proper tools? How do they have the knowledge? Who taught these people how to build these big things?
Well, if we're going with the theory, I would say a shared blueprint brought to them by an outside force.
Yes, could be aliens. You never know. It could be aliens. But in Guatemala, in the pyramids, so they built the pyramids and then put a temple on the top so they could communicate with God. And then there's a special room on the inside that people say when they go in there and communicate with God and come out, then they're a different person or stronger. I don't know. Or like they just have some outside protection, is what it was saying. And I thought that was really cool. But it doesn't explain how these pyramids, all similar and built around the same time. But one thing I saw is people believe these pyramids have some special forces around, like the magnetic force, and like the magnetic force goes through them to create all this power. So in Russia, they've recently, I don't know how recent, but they built a pyramid to heal people, to just bring like a natural, well, not a natural, but I don't know, a force to help heal people. And so I believe Russia, like whoever built this, found out something that these ancient people knew, that there's some special force that comes with these pyramids. And some people believe that even with this magnetic force, they can time travel.
Okay.
Yeah, they can time travel. And so not only could these pyramids be a beacon, like to just show surrounding areas, oh, this is like the center of the town or whatever, this is where we need to go. I think this is just a theory, I don't know, but I think they could just travel from pyramid to pyramid through the power that was given through the magnetic force.
Magnetic force or like a magnetic field?
Field, yeah, field, force field, I don't know.
Force field.
That's just what I'm reading online. So if you guys trust things that are online, like go ahead and look this up. It's in there.
I mean, people don't really tend to lie on the internet. It
No,
doesn't
not at
happen.
all. Yeah.
So the idea is that once they've built a pyramid, like you could just teleport between the two freely.
2 or 5,
Or,
I don't know. Yeah.
however many.
Just freely. Like that's probably how the Pyramid of Giza was built. And then they used that to teleport to somewhere else. And after they built one over there, then they could teleport and build a bunch. Who knows?
But what? But there's like, how many pyramids are at Giza? Like
A
4
lot.
or 5?
Yeah.
Do they need to teleport that close to each other? Or why would they make multiple? Do you know?
I don't know why they build multiple. Just maybe to bring more power into the magnetic field around them.
Maybe.
Make it like a wider field.
Or they could have made the little ones as like a blueprint, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Before building
Yeah,
the big one.
maybe. I don't know.
I don't either, do I? I'm not a, what are those called? Egyptologist?
Egyptologist, archaeologist. I don't know.
Archaeologist?
Yeah,
Like that.
something like that. But
Yeah, very interesting.
very interesting. So those are my, like, I don't know what really happened back in the day, but there supposedly are these hills in China that look like pyramids, but they obviously have trees, grass, moss all over them. People think they're pyramids. Some people think they're hills that look like pyramids, but no, like these hills, nobody's allowed to go visit them or look at them.
Really?
If they were just, this is what I'm getting from the History Channel, so I could be off, but if China's not letting anyone come look at these, maybe there's something special about them. Maybe they don't want people knowing about their special powers or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at pictures of them, of these pyramids in China. They look like legit pyramids that are like covered up in just foliage and stuff, rocks.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Speaking of, did you know we have a pyramid? We talked about this last time, but a pyramid in the United States.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Bass Pro.
The Bass Pro Shop Pyramid.
Could they be onto something?
I
Bass
think
Pro?
they are. I think they are. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because every person who loves the outdoors loves Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah.
They got fishing, they got hunting, they got biking, boating, everything you need. They have this magnetic force around them that draws people in, and it's because of the pyramid, I believe.
Yeah. Big conspiracy. Hashtag not sponsored by Bass Pro, by the way.
But if Bass Pro does want to sponsor us, give us a call.
Yeah.
We'd gladly represent Bass Pro Shops.
That's right. I mean, we're doing it for free at this point. I
Yeah.
don't know if they need to sponsor us. Yeah, very interesting. Going back, you said you learned about this kind of on the History Channel, right?
Yeah, the History Channel has a big thing on. It's like a 40-minute episode on YouTube. I watched it. It was
Nice.
pretty interesting.
Did they talk about the aliens?
Yeah, they're like, well, not necessarily the aliens, but they said like extraterrestrial creatures or something.
Okay.
Some beings. I'm not sure.
That's something funny. I've always seen that, like, History Channel is supposed to be purely historical and scientific, and then, like, in the middle of the night or whatever, they just bring up the most random theory, like aliens or Sasquatch
Yeah.
or something, presenting it like it's real.
You're saying Sasquatch isn't real?
Well, I mean, I believe he is, but
I don't know.
they're like interviewing these experts who are big old stupid people.
Whoa, not stupid,
Yeah.
just possibly misguided. I don't know. But they do bring some good points to the table. They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was just a side note. I thought it was funny. There's a bunch of memes about that too, about watching the History Channel in
Yeah.
the middle of the night, and it's got like George Washington riding a raptor, something like that.
So funny.
Hmm.
Well, do you have any other thoughts here on the pyramids or on aliens at all?
No, not really. I mean, I think you explained the theory pretty well, and I mean, there's just an unholy amount of conspiracy theories out there, like so many, and we could spend probably hours talking about it, to be honest. But we're gonna save those for another time, I think. Let us know if you want us to take a deep dive into another conspiracy theory. Maybe spend hours of our time on the internet looking for stuff.
Yeah, let us know what your favorite conspiracy theory is
Yeah.
down in the comments. And if you don't have one, make one up. That's how
Yeah.
conspiracies are made.
Yeah. If you don't have a favorite one, get digging. Find
Yeah.
one.
I'm sure Reddit has a ton of them.
Oh yeah. Reddit's a gold mine.
Yeah, but so I guess our takes from today. Walt Disney
Walt Disney.
is frozen. His head's frozen underneath Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hmm.
And then they made Frozen the movie to cover it up so people would stop Googling it. Right?
Yes. That part is at least true, I think.
Yeah.
That they made Frozen to cover up. Like, just stop people from researching his head.
And we also learned that aliens helped the ancient people build pyramids to time travel.
That's right.
That's right.
We know that's true because they talked to me. I
Dang.
talked to the aliens last night, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
What'd they say?
They told me it was true and that you were going to talk about it today.
Really?
Yeah.
The aliens talked to me last night and they told me to like and subscribe this podcast.
Awesome. Legendary aliens right there. But all right, that's it. That's all we got for today. Thank you guys for watching. Like the aliens advise, like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below and share with your friends and family. That's it for today. Have a good one. See you next time.